Sweet 303, live from
Sweet 303, baby. You are now listening to Live from Sweet 303.
I'm tryna go down, down as a grave. Every night I get on my knees and pray that I will go down. Yeah, I will go down. Yeah. Legendary moves, leader of my crew. Heavy as the head that wear the crown, that shit true. Do it like Nipsey Hussle, that's to fill some big shows. And what good is excuses when the fucking breast though? Smoking all that shit though. Run away from my pain, rosemary on my temples. Heard that's good for migraines. Solo in my benzo. Exit off the highway. Solitary thoughts like how to reinvest my side chain. I'm trying to go down, down as a grave.
Neighborhood Nip.
On my knees and pray. I will go down. I will go down. Yeah. I'm trying to go down. Down resolution. Every night I ace. Calling for the bliss. I will go down. Yeah. I will go down. So many niggas doing time. Who are you and I? To play with it, it's a blessing, so reach for the sky. Make us shady off the block and we'll smoke and drive. Politicking on the block to make it multiply. Keep some bitches on the team from the other side. Keep at least a pound of cream, motherfucking right. 30 hours in the spot, going overtime. When we pull up to the Fox and go hold it down. You know this life, it got a cold design. How you go from eating lobster tail to ocean prime? The chain to a smoker and throw it on the line. When them gates close, keep an open mind. It ain't no force in this world like a focus drive. You gotta focus on yourself like an only child. You make your dream really, and you make your team better. You make your game up, and you make your scheme better. You say this time.
All money in. R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah.
Live from Sweet 303. We back at it. Boy Albeezy. Boy Derric.
Yeah.
Man.
Long live Nipsey. Forever.
Definitely gonna miss a real one. Might be the realest that we've seen in a very long time.
Oh, we about to have this conversation about who one of the realest rappers coming out of Cali, bro.
And I don't think anybody's gonna beat him at this point.
That's the discussion we gotta have.
You know, we took our mans out after just one album.
Yeah, man.
One album. One and done.
Well, see, this is the thing. A couple of us look at it that way. But I look at it like this. I look at Victory Lap as his official, studio album.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been listening to Nip so long, I feel like that's not his first album.
I feel you.
Because if you want to be technical, you can get past Bullets Ain't Got No Names, all of, volume 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
Get past Sloss and Boy 1. You get to the Marathon, bro. To me,
that's one really
I'm gonna throw that right there, right on the borderline cusp of being an actual album. And if you don't want to classify that because of technicality, then I'm gonna go in and say the Marathon Continues is gonna actually be considered an album for me.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then everything in between that dropped after that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it really set the stone because just look at his brand. I mean, everything was based off of that tape.
Yeah, but he also told people too, and a lot of people, trying to figure out why it took so long. And he's explained it plenty of times over and over as to why it took so long.
I mean, it dropped.
Yeah.
And now, he did everything his way.
Yeah.
And when you look back at it, I mean, age 33, I mean, he probably dropped it, age 32. But, I mean, it's not like he was really that old to accomplish what he did.
Right.
The way he did it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he did it his way. He owns everything he ever released.
Yeah, because what he was doing and what he had usually takes people, artists, maybe their third, fourth album to obtain. And he did it. He got it out the mud basically first, and then said, "All right, I'm dropping an official album."
And like even Jay-Z owns his masters, but he had to buy back his masters.
Yeah.
Nip was trying to do everything from the beginning where he didn't have to buy anything back. He just owned it straight up.
Then he also said, he wanted it to sound, a certain way. It needed to be authentic. He wanted to be rushed. He was doing a bunch of other stuff, getting his businesses, all his different businesses in order.
And he was talking about Victory Lap for a minute.
Yeah.
And then after it was like actually official.
I mean, because I can tell you right now, bro, probably from like 2011, 12, I was hitting Nip up on Twitter, "Hey man, when Victory Lap? When Victory Lap? When Victory Lap?" And then because these same people now, bro, just out of nowhere. And I like it because Nip has a message that a lot of people, I feel like the whole world needs to hear. So again, this is a situation where I'm not going, because it's selfish, and I don't own nothing of him, none of his music. But you know how when you're a fan for so long, you feel like you was in it from the beginning, and then when the new fans come up, it's like You won't with us shooting in the gym.
Yeah.
And that's how, it sort of felt at first when all these Nip fans came out of nowhere, because, he'd been preaching the same message from the beginning.
I think we feel like that too, because a lot of people have their definition of what a day one fan is. I can actually respect the people that's saying, "Hey, I never listened to his music until after he died, but I'm a huge fan now." If you told me that, I'd be like, "Yeah, cool." I'm glad. I'm glad he got some new fans. But people be like, "I'm a day one. I've been listening since Victory Lap dropped." I'm like, all right,
yeah, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know.
But and he said in his lyrics plenty of times too. At that point, he made way more money. Back in shows, and also he says way more profit in these clothes, and some double back in shows or something like that. I can't remember exactly which song, but he talks about that. Him and Black Sam making money out of the stove.
Because then it was Sloss and Tees.
Yeah,
is that what he's talking about, right?
Yeah.
What do you know? When he was selling T-shirts, but before it was the Marathon store. I think it was just called Sloss and Tees.
I'm not exactly sure what they got the name of, but they was selling a lot of sauce. They still sell it. Yeah, all the Sloss and Tees, and Sloss and is like the Crenshaw logo that's on everything. They got the Sloss logo on everything too.
He also, besides like even right now, he sells like his clothing brand, but he also, I'm not sure if it's a completely different store, if it's off to the side. I saw it on a video once where he just sells like just basic, like regular T-shirts. Like you just want like a white T-shirt.
Yeah, I think it's a store where, I think it's to help people who need clothes.
The people that can't afford the $100 tees. Right. Like I've always wondered. It was like when he first said that he had a place called Sloss and Tees. I was like, okay, is that what he was talking about? Like just because I know he didn't just start off the back with the Marathon store.
Right. Nah.
Yeah, he had a T-shirt shop before the Marathon even dropped. So. Maybe that's what that was. But when did you first like hear of Nip? Not even before you became like a huge fan, but when did you first hear of Nipsey?
It was maybe around like 2007, 8. Okay. 2007, 8. Yeah. Because it was a bunch of mixtape circuits. Yeah. Back then, and also a lot of them weren't official mixtapes, but you know how random DJs back then was just saying. Just putting a random mixtape together, Best of the West Coast Volume 1, Volume 2, all the way up to 20-something, blah, blah, blah.
So it wasn't necessarily his mixtape, but it was mixtapes with his music on it. And honestly, that's how it was for a lot of people, because back then there wasn't Dat Piff.
Right.
I mean, you might find something randomly on LimeWire, but
then
you
they
probably
had,
wouldn't even
all the
download
different
his...
like mixtape torrent and all that.
Yeah, exactly.
All the other wild stuff.
Back in the day, if you really, I mean, let's be honest, like the people that were like with him in '05 probably bought it from him.
Yeah.
Like if you claim in '05 listening to Nipsey, it's either you know somebody or you was like down there literally buying his mixtape because he wasn't on all the websites from back then.
Yeah.
I mean, there were no websites back then. We was on MySpace. There was no Rap Radar. There was no Two Dope Boys from '05.
Yeah.
There's no Too Cool to Blog. There was, remember On Smash?
Yeah, I don't think so, bro.
No, I said, do you remember the site On Smash? Yeah, they wasn't around from no '05. So if you really listen to Nipsey, you really had to be in the streets.
Yeah.
Like to really know of him like that. Yeah, I never heard of him back in I went to Clark and Lynn University and they used to have a TV by the cafeteria. It was like literally owned by MTV. And they had a channel called MTVU. I guess it was like MTV University.
Yeah.
And they always played like up and coming artists. And two artists I always remember that was on there one was Pac Div. Pacific Division. I was actually a huge fan of Pac Div, more than Nipsey at the moment. And then there was Nipsey Hussle. They used to play his video "Hustle in the House."
Yeah, and
I liked that song, but I never went to go look up his mixtapes.
Right,
I just knew that one song, "Hustle in the House," with the crisscross beat.
I'm from Sloss.
So that was the first time I heard of him. But my taste in music at the time was more like Pac Div. Yeah, that was my shit. Church League Champions drop, that was my shit. But it wasn't until the Marathon dropped, that's when I was like, oh shit, like this dude is still, like he's starting to heat up. That was the old boy that used to be on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then that's when I started slowly. My homeboy Chris used to bump Marathon all the time. Marathon Continues dropped. He bumped it even more. But it honestly wasn't. TMC is probably like when I first was like, all right, let me listen to this dude.
Yeah.
Because it was at the point where everybody was talking about it so much. Like you just had no choice but to, like, what is everybody talking about? That was what, like 2011?
Well, because, hold on. 2011, 2012. All right, and the reason how I can remember stuff because I was moving around so much from state to state.
Yeah,
that's how I can remember when stuff was dropping. 2012. Yeah, where was I at? I had just moved to Texas. No, I had moved to Florida. No, yeah, that's when I moved to Florida.
2011.
Yeah, all right.
Well, let's see. Mixtape was released as a free digital download on Mixtape.
Which one was that?
Marathon Continues.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
And then when did he drop Extra Laps?
Shortly after. Probably 2012.
Because a lot of people forget about Extra Laps. Oh, man. Breaking announcement. Clarissa beat that girl ass.
I don't know what you're talking about. They don't.
Boxing.
Oh, actually, Laps was actually not until 2013. He was riding the Marathon Continues wave for a minute. And then right after that, he dropped, let's see.
Nip out here doing this thing, bro.
That was heating up to Crenshaw was Extra Laps. Extra Laps was almost like to get you ready because Crenshaw about to drop.
Well, yeah, because he dropped the Extra Laps on February 14th, 2012. And then
2012?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then a lot of people don't remember this too. The little combination mixtape he did with the dude Blanco.
No Pressure?
Called Raw.
Oh, okay.
No Pressure is with Bino.
Bino, there you go.
But Raw came out in April 17th of 2012. And then Crenshaw was October. Which is
crazy. He was doing all these damn collaboration albums, and I was like, damn, dog, like we really just looking for the solo project, honestly.
Yeah, well, some of it, but actually, it wasn't necessarily like every track was going back and forth, or him splitting the song. Some like the one with him and Bino. There's some tracks where they're both on it, and then there's some tracks where Nipsey just doing some backup vocals here and there.
Yeah.
And then there's some tracks where Nipsey isn't even saying anything on the track at all. And it's the same thing for their raw tape.
Yeah.
So
we needed what we really needed was a Nipsey and Dom.
Well, I'm not the biggest Dom fan, but I will say
all their songs are slappers. They're all hits.
I agree, and this is why I agree with you, because I feel like Dom Kennedy is a better feature artist than he is an artist on by himself.
Yeah,
and the only thing I like from Dom is Yellow Tape.
Yellow Tape, yep. Which is the only album I can't find on Tidal. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, but outside of that, every track that he's on somebody else's track, I feel like he ripped.
Yeah.
But it's just like him on his own stuff, I just can't get into.
No, I feel you. I feel the same way about Dom. Yellow Tape was my shit, though.
Yeah.
So, I'm glad because right after Crenshaw dropped, obviously we all know that was the $100 album. Sold, I think, the first 1,000. Well, actually, it was a great deal because I remember I saw it on the news and I thought to myself, like, I should go ahead and just do it. Go get the album. But by the time I thought that it was already late, it was already gone.
Yeah.
And I thought about getting it because at first I heard $100 album. I'm like, I'm going to go ahead and just get the free one too.
Yeah.
I'm not that, fan yet to go ahead and get it. I haven't even heard Crenshaw yet.
Right.
But when I found out what the deal was you stand in line, the first 1,000 people not only get the physical copy, they meet Nipsey, he would sign it for you. And then you also get like a ticket to get to one of his concerts.
Yeah.
For $100.
Yeah, that's a steal.
That's a steal.
That's a steal.
So, but when I heard that, I was like, damn. Like,
so did you get it?
No, I didn't buy it.
Why not, man?
Because by the time I found that news out, the 1,000 was gone.
Got you.
The line was already done.
I'm about to say, man, if I was out here, I would have been one of the first 10 niggas in line.
If they said, this is what you're gonna get, and they're like, we only had 20 people buy it so far, I would have ran down there. But no, most people copped it already.
Yeah.
1,000 was done, and then it was after that was when
you start realizing this shit was for real.
No, he still sold it.
Yeah,
he was still selling it. So Jay-Z bought 100 copies. I saw in an interview, he said he had like at concerts, he was selling it still for 100.
Yeah.
And he said OGs was coming out, dropping out $20,000 worth of CDs.
Hey man.
Like, what?
Proud to pay.
And then that's how we met Lauren, because Lauren wasn't in the line with the first 1,000 people.
Right.
Like everybody else, she heard the hype. I think she was on the set of The Game. She said she wanted to get like a gift for like the season finale or whatever for her fellow co-actors.
Yeah.
Fellow actors. And so she went straight. I think she had like a mutual friend, but she went to the store, I heard.
Yeah.
And then she just met Nipsey there and bought a few copies herself.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, no, I wasn't I was trying to go to the Marathon store to go buy no $100 album. I know you've been to the Marathon store.
I was about to ask you, have you ever been?
No.
Come on, bro.
No, okay, let me tell you.
Why not?
I work on the weekends, and every time he got an event that I be trying to go to.
But that's the thing. You never gonna catch.
No, hold on.
I mean,
a few times I almost went by myself, and I was actually talked out of it.
Why?
Because I was by myself.
I've been to his store by myself.
Oh, word?
In a blue suit before.
Okay, in a blue suit.
Bro, all right. And
I'm gonna talk about business suit?
Yeah.
Or like, okay, I was going to say like blue, like tucked up.
Like when I first moved out here, I was working with the insurance company in New York Life. And I was trying to grow my business. And I told you, I was mainly trying to work with black people. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking, all right, I know what Nip about. Mm-hmm. I know where he at. Mm-hmm. And I was doing actually events in, it was West LA and then East LA. Mm-hmm. We was doing events at schools and we was out there talking to people. Yeah. And then I ended up getting a meeting with a lady who lived off Slauson. Mm-hmm. And I booked a meeting with her on a Friday, bro. And the meeting was at like I think it was like 5:30. Yeah. And so I was like, damn. I was like, I've been in bad situations plenty of times. I've been in big old fights. I've been in brawls. I've been in shootouts. I haven't shot, but people I'm with been shot at. People I've been with shot at people. Blah blah blah. So I'm not scared to go anywhere. Mm-hmm. But you just got to be prepared for when you get into one of those type of areas.
I prepared myself by not going.
Yeah, but this is the thing about it. If you show them respect, they usually show you respect. But you also got to remember it's a business. So he not gonna have nobody in there just gonna fuck with people.
I'm honestly not afraid of the people in the
Marathon
store.
Oh, it's just people around the store?
No, it's pulling up.
Oh, but where the store is located is you really don't have much opportunity to deal with a lot of foolishness because you can get off the exit right where the shop is and you pull in. Now the hardest part is getting into that little ass parking lot because the little bump, man, that bump it'll mess the bottom of your damn car up if you move too fast. So you gotta slow down to get up in there.
I know people that have said they've been banged on right there at that Shell station.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like every time I went, I probably been to the store like a good four or five times.
Yeah, in and out.
I go straight to the store
and then go straight back to the car.
Back on the highway, my nigga. I have no other business out here.
Yeah.
I don't need no gas. If my light
and that's
is
what
on,
I would have done.
Guess what? I'm gonna run out of gas
there.
Going back home.
Yeah, that's what I would have done when I'm going out there. But every time I go out there, like the first time I said, I'm gonna go to the Marathon store and I'm gonna go to Fat Burger too. People was like, nigga, you was not about to go to that Fat Burger. And I was like, man, you know what? I know they got the Louisiana chicken right. They was like, nope. And then they were like, and don't you dare try. You better go there with a full tank of gas. Don't try to go to the Shell station.
Yeah. But that's the thing about it. I mean, in that area, yes, it's certain situations where people can smell fresh blood. That's just it is what it is. They know you're not from around here.
They just
by the way, the way you look, way you talk.
Yeah, I'm about to pull up there with a brand new whip. Like they be like, look at this dude trying to shine.
I mean, but that's the same thing. Like if you're in New York, you are out of town and you look off. People might pick with you, fuck with you. Yeah, they might test you. It is what it is. So
I ain't gonna act like I was scared, but I was actually trying to go there when Emory Jones dropped the Rock Nation caps there. I was like, you know what, this is a good time for me to I mean, clearly it's gonna be like a big event.
Yeah.
A lot of people are gonna be there. They're not gonna be messing with people. They're gonna have people from all around the world trying to get to this event.
Yeah.
And then something happened at my job and I was like, you know what, let me not even try to take off work right now and go out there. Second time though, this is what I low key kind of feel like if things went a little bit differently.
Yeah.
So I got a girl I went to school with in Clarkland University. Her name is Pinky, and she has this business called Slutty Vegan.
Okay.
They make these vegetarian burgers, and they're like doing like really, really well in Atlanta. So she had a pop-up shop in LA off Crenshaw. And I was like, I'm definitely going to try to get to this because everyone's eating these burgers. All sorts of celebrities, Jermaine Dupri, Usher, who else? Just random actors, actresses. I think I saw Gabrielle Union with one, CeeLo with one, all sorts of folks from Atlanta. Big Boy from Outkast was eating one. Anyway, so she does a pop-up shop off Crenshaw. I straight up told my homeboy, I said, I'm about to show up there from early to get in this line. Maybe get there like at 7 a.m. just so I can try this burger and just like go out there and support the homegirl. So I'm like, I'm about to call off work and everything. Then at the last minute, she said it's not going to even open up until 2, the pop-up shop.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not going off Crenshaw from 7 a.m. to be standing in line all the way until 2 p.m. just to get a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
So I was like, forget it. But at first, I thought, okay, my original plan was go there. Maybe they open up like 9 a.m., 10 a.m., just get the burger just to try it. And then after that, I was like, I'm going to go to the Marathon store because it's a few blocks away.
Yeah.
But when she said it's not going to open until 2 p.m., threw me off. And I was like, forget it.
Yeah,
I ain't trying to spend the whole afternoon off Crenshaw. But the day of her pop-up shop off Crenshaw was March 31st. The day Nip was there and got shot.
So, that was the day you were supposed to go there?
Yeah, so that was the day I was really going to go there. And now I'm like, damn. Like, for sure, if that burger place had opened up in the morning, I would have been right at that spot right afterwards.
Yeah.
A few blocks away. I'm like, why not? I'm already down here.
The first time I went there was, I think, like, December 2012.
Mm-hmm. That was when you first visited Cali, right?
Yeah, that was my first time. First time I went, straight out there. Mm-hmm. I got, like, one of the original Marathon sweaters, bro. Yeah. With the old logo.
Yeah.
Old logo, man. That's when, because I like when the reports come out and they talk about Nip's store and they say, oh, he opened the Marathon store in 2017. No, he didn't. Mm-hmm. They reopened it. They relaunched it. They had the official launch in 2017 after they got all the upgrades in there. Added the technology.
Well, like I said, he had a spot before called Sloss and Tees. He's been running stuff out of the store.
Yeah, but the store been called the Marathon store back in 2012, 2013.
What was 2017 was what when he made it like a smart store?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when you can you scan the barcode or the tag and you can see the video.
Like a video and everything.
Or you can buy stuff with it. Yeah, Nip was ahead of his time doing a lot of stuff, bro. A lot of stuff, especially for rappers. Mm-hmm. I know, you got Jay-Z and Diddy that do certain stuff. Mm-hmm. But you got...
I still don't know who's really doing stuff for the community like him, though.
Who? Nip?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the one...
Like, directly his community. Well, I'm not talking about...
Well, this is why I have an issue with a lot of black celebrities. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of them have a lot of money. Mm-hmm. And they're not doing this nowhere near damn what they need to be doing for the black community.
Yeah.
There's no reason why Jay-Z and Sean Combs should not be in Marcy and blah, 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 building affordable housing communities for single black mothers and, low-income people of color. I feel like they should have been doing that, bro. Like, it's no reason that they should not be doing it. Mm-hmm. None. And I think they should be doing that before you be going to make your own alcohol.
Yeah.
But that's a different story. That's why I feel like what Nipsey was doing, bro. He came straight out of it. He was true to it.
People first.
Yeah,
let's just say that.
Yeah, he was a person that always thought about himself. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm sorry, not he was a person that never really thought about himself. Other people first.
Yeah, and I don't want to say like these other people like Jay-Z and Diddy. I mean, like
it's not the knock him.
Diddy is like building schools, but it's like a different demographic too. Like Diddy's building a charter school.
Yeah,
not necessarily. But we're talking about Nipsey giving back to, like, the hood.
Yeah.
Like, these are people that would not be able to afford the schools Diddy, is basically building. We got Jay-Z. He puts kids through college and stuff.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we're talking about Nip really going down. Before we even talking about college, he giving people jobs. Like, I saw a thing on Instagram just this morning where it basically kind of summed up. I think you reposted it, too. Basically summed up how much, I wasn't sure if it was net worth, but it also showed different things he touched, business, and how many people he technically was having employed.
It was $250 million.
The people employed though was 44,000 people.
Yeah, almost 45,000.
Yeah,
almost 45,000 people.
Like that's nuts.
Yeah,
and he's not. And then you look at the type of businesses he has to support that number. Like we're talking about the store with the felons, giving them jobs.
Bruh.
Fat Burger. We're talking about bringing back
Steve's Barbers.
The roller rink.
Oh,
I never even knew he.
The Vector 90 joint.
I never even realized he had the roller rink joint until.
Yeah, they just relaunched
not
it
too long ago.
Year.
I think it was.
Last year.
Who was it? Was it Styles P? I think that I'm pretty sure it was Styles P. He posted a text message of him and Nip, and he was like, "Yeah, I pulled up to the World on Wheels. You wasn't there yet. People was looking like a little crazy outside, so I bounced." And Nip had said something. Yeah, they a little salty because I own a piece of it.
Oh,
and it's in their neighborhood, and they a rival gang. And I was like, "Damn, he owned a piece of it?" Like I had no idea. And I was like, "He really." Got his money everywhere.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, I knew the part that that he helped relaunch it or reopen it, but I didn't know about that exchange that it had it's in a rival gang.
Yeah, it's in a rival gang area. And he said they basically stank up the parking lot is basically what he was saying, because they're a little salty that he owns a piece of it.
Hey man, the best way to get mad, to get even is to get money.
Yeah.
That's all he was doing.
I think it was Frank Sinatra that said the best revenge is massive success.
Yeah.
So you just gotta keep going hard.
Yeah, bro.
Man, so when this is sad, but when Nip died, where what was going through your head when leading up to the event? Because I know when I first heard he got shot, I honestly just thought him and the homeboy, they got shot outside the store. I never even thought much of it because I know the area. I'm thinking so he probably got shot in the leg. Just like how when YG got shot. He got shot, he'll come back. It shouldn't be nothing to really worry about.
Yeah.
And then they said somebody died.
Well, this is I can tell you exactly, bro. I can tell you I went numb. I can definitely tell you I went numb.
Mm-hmm.
But the first thing I thought when it said, Nipsey was shot outside the store. And then the other post that you started saying was Nipsey and 2 other people.
Yeah.
But when people kept talking about Nipsey, I was like, all right, something definitely bad went wrong with him. Because they not really talking much about the other 2 people that got shot at all. And then there was one post, that one post that came out, one person had to be transported, immediately, blah, blah, blah. I was like, clearly that's Nipsey, and they just not saying it.
Yeah.
Because they know if something is really wrong, then how big of an impact is going to be. But my first thought that popped in my head, bro, if somebody shot Nipsey in that parking lot, just like everybody else who, struggle, who, it's hard to come to grips with the whole situation. But I went to the first 2 thoughts is, don't nobody come up in that parking lot unless it's the cops or somebody close to him and the squad. So my first thought was either somebody from his own set came and shot him.
Was that comfortable enough to just walk up to him?
Right. Or, the police had some and to me, in my thought, when I say police, not thinking, I'm not saying somebody in a police clothes or uniform doing the shooting. It has something to do with them, is my mindset in that situation. Because again, nobody just walk up in their parking lot, and the police have been known to get them issues in their parking lot a lot.
Yeah.
And also they shot at them in their parking lot a lot. Black Sam shot at the cops. They shot at him. They shot at him first in that parking lot. And the district attorney has told that landowner, that store before, that they wanted Nipsey and them to be kicked out. Even though they was keeping up with their bills and whatever the case may be, and you still wanted them kicked out. And then that landlord came back and gave him a proposition, say, hey, well, how about y'all just buy it from me? And then y'all buy it. So now it makes it seem like, he
just bought it.
Right.
Has it been 2 months?
Well, yeah, it's been a minute because...
Has he owned it?
Yeah,
he owned the plaza?
Yeah, they own it now.
No, but how many months has it been, though?
I don't even think it's longer than a year and a half, bro. It can't be...
Oh, since he owned the plaza?
The full plaza. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, it hasn't been longer than a year and a half.
Oh, it's been that long?
Yeah, because...
I never knew it was that long.
Because he did that... That's the deal he did with Dave Gross.
Okay.
But that's why, bro, when Nipsey was starting to talk about...
I never even knew it was that long because what was the last video he did, Racks in the Middle, and he was talking about just bought some commercial property.
Yeah,
thought he was referring to that and this was recent.
Yeah, just closing 2 commercial units.
And then he was recently talking about it in some interviews, and I was like, oh, okay.
Because, all right, so this is why I started getting scared around a lot of the stuff he was doing, not just the Dr. CB information stuff. But also you got to look at it from the point Nips was ahead of his peers and ahead of the structures around him when it came to his thought process. What he was getting into is he started learning that in that Crenshaw-Slauson area, that Crenshaw district, the city and the county was about to start doing a zoning situation. And he realized that if he come in and build some stuff or have some real estate in this area, that he takes advantage of the tax benefits in this zoning area. Okay. So he realized that he could build something and get tax breaks for it.
Yeah.
So he knew that straight out the gate.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine a black man from the Rolling 60s crib who was out here selling drugs, selling CDs in the same parking lot, do all this, come back and do it the right way, get ownership, and then he about to buy this whole strip mall and take advantage of the tax benefits. And now we can't gentrify this area with the zoning because they want to also have, I guess, like a speedway or the train tracks come through that area some way, some shape or form in the future. So if he takes advantage of that, bro, that takes away a lot of money from a lot of other white people.
It's messing up their plan.
Right. And the other thing that makes it, I read something about later this year or next year, they were supposed to start building that in that strip mall, a 6-story residential complex.
Oh wow.
So and the Marathon store and stuff was supposed to be on the ground level.
Okay.
And I guess it's supposed to be 6 stories either on top of that or 5, whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if that's still going to happen, or if that's 100% accurate.
Well, if that was what Nip wanted, I mean, I hope, and I think Black Sam is going to try to like live out his brother's vision the best he could.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for him, though, bro. It's because, bro, if you notice every video or picture they posted, it was always them two together. It was never just really
Nipsey. It's definitely
going
to be hard. I just hope that all these people that wanted to collaborate with him in recent years will try to like support him, just like Jay-Z and Rock Nation. Y'all was managing Nip now. Y'all need to do what you need to do to try to like make your artist like live out, you know, his dreams basically.
Yeah.
I feel like I think they would, but I hope they like work with Sam, like, what can we do to help you, you know, make this into a better situation and use our connects to make things happen too as well.
Well, this is what I want to happen. Well, and I don't want to structure it that way because, again, that sounds selfish. Because, again, like his mom said, it is selfish for us to feel like, and we beat ourselves up wishing he was still here and blah, 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 when, you know, his situation is way more important. But what I do want to see happen is I want to see all money in people get busy. I want Jay Stone, Cobby Supreme. I want to see P Mac get busy. I want to see all of them get busy, and I want the same people that was riding for Nip to show the same support for them. Because
definitely,
because they all been busy together, they all been getting money together. All Money Entertainment is actually a record label. All Money in Records is actually a record label. And so I want to see their material get pushed with just as much as force as everybody else. But I also want to see if anybody has music featuring Nipsey or that Nipsey. Well, I wouldn't say featuring Nipsey because I know any official Nipsey track that come from him, I know Black Sam and all of them gonna make sure that comes out in a structured manner, in a clean way, not just fumbled out.
I was thinking that too. I don't want to hear a bunch of people next week releasing all this. No, let's do it right.
Like even the what you saw in the studio where Game, Snoop, and Dr. Dre playing like a track that they work with Nipsey on. That's cool. But if niggas got a track with Nipsey, I want to see it be like a compilation album where everybody come down, sit together, put this together cohesively, and put it together, and not just drop single here, your own shit on your own shit.
For example, Berg or Hitmaker.
Yeah.
You saw that post he did with a text message.
What did he say?
He basically he released a text message. He basically sent a track to Nip to record on, and then he said something like, "Oh yeah, this is like fire or whatever," and he said, "Now imagine Rihanna on that with you. That would be a number one hit." Yeah,
I saw that, and then Rihanna was posting it.
So then Rihanna reposted it,
and she was slacking on it.
Somebody slacked on it. I'm thinking maybe she never even like knew that this is what they had in the making. But I feel as if he actually recorded, if there's actually a recording of him to that beat, go ahead, get Rihanna. Let's get her on it too. And like you say, we can put it on a compilation album. Yeah. And, you know, put it together. Because this is what he wanted. Yeah. He already knew. But I also that's what he would want as a feature.
I also feel like it's a lot of artists that's trying to show Nip love that wasn't trying to work with Nip before Victory Lap dropped and before he passed away. Yeah. Because they felt he wasn't to a certain tier yet and such and such. And also, but you got to also remember, Nipsey was authentic as hell. So if you weren't genuine, he wasn't going to fuck with you. So maybe that's a reason why certain people didn't touch certain shit or he didn't do tracks with certain people. But yeah, so I want to make sure, you know, that they do have the compilation album. And then anything else that come out separately from Nip, I want to make sure that come out smooth and cleanly too. I know Nips did say in the interviews on Breakfast Club that he wanted to name his last album The Spook That Sat by the Door.
You wanted to name it what?
The Spook Who Sat by the Door.
That's what you wanted to name his last album?
Yeah. Now,
but would you want to name anything that because all these recordings that he has now wasn't necessarily for that?
What you mean?
So I mean, like, are you
some
saying
some of his music may be, because this is how I feel, because he was sitting on a lot of material for Victory Lap for a long time. Yeah. He was just perfecting the sound of it or the quality of it or how certain stuff sound now. Of course, he probably changed lyrics here and there down the line. But I feel like the way Nipsey recorded and how so much people he worked with, and he had his own studio. Yeah. So you know it's a bunch of shit that he got just sitting in the safe. I just know he do have a bunch of tracks probably that he was... You know how like when you're working on one album, you probably got like 100 tracks you got to go through to get your 12. Yeah, yeah. I probably feel like he got like a good close to maybe like maybe around 50 that he was building up to get to his 100 to work on his album. And when he said it in an interview, he said, "I want to call my next," and then he said, "my last album." So I don't know if that's in the sense that he only wanted one more official, technically, studio album before, you know, going back just to regular mixtapes and just doing his thing. But the meaning and the definition of the Spook Who Sat by the Door is based off a book, and the book was turned into a movie. But it's about a gang member from Chicago who infiltrated the CIA. And he infiltrated the CIA because the CIA basically wanted him to infiltrate the gangs in Chicago to help dismantle them. What he did was flip the script on them and infiltrated the CIA, and then came back to his hood and gave them all the information they needed to basically ride in the streets and to blow up shit and try to kill them. Got it. Basically what Nip saying, here I am, I'm a Crip, and I'm coming from the streets. They basically said I should be dead or in jail, and I want to come and get y'all game that we really shouldn't be having. Yeah. And you know, that's the message he wanted to preach basically back to his gang members and the people that's in gangs. Like, hey, we ain't got to kill each other. Let's get money together. And it's crazy, bro. When you look at all Nipsey videos, you've never really seen him talk like angry or say, "Yo, I'm gonna shoot a motherfucker." Or none of his videos have you ever seen him really
not like
show any anger whatsoever, bro. Even when like you see the videos with like he was a young buck when he even have the long hair, just a little puffy fro, talking about investments, talking about building back, buying the community, talking about equity, talking about how he is cool with J-Rock and J-Rock cool with him, even though they're from different sets.
Cause he's a smart dude, like right. Honestly, even when you look back at some of these like childhood videos, I mean, he wasn't like one of those kids that never necessarily had the dad in their life. His dad was around. He lived a decent life. Yeah. It's just that he was just a product of his environment, basically. Yeah. He was just thrown.
Yeah, I mean, and it was times there he was thrown out of his house by his mom.
And I'm sure because of the stuff he was like getting into. I mean, he did drop out of high school.
But it's a track where he talk about it. I think it was on Bullets Ain't Got No Name 1. It's like, I think it's called It's Hard Out Here. Yeah. But he talked in the second verse, he say something about his mom's boyfriend at the time was abusive. and I think it was hitting on Nipsey and maybe Black Sam, and they tried to defend himself, and their mom kicked him out of the house, and he said, you know, he was out on the streets at 15, is what he was saying.
Yeah,
you know, so you know, it could be a bunch of different reasons. You know, of course, he could have been doing gang stuff straight out the gate. She kicked him out.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure, you know, her boyfriend did some things, and, you know, she kicked him out. But like you said, and where they lived at, bro, it's like at that time, like what you thought was gonna happen.
He had I saw this dude, his name is Ralph. He posted this picture on Instagram since he died. So that's Nip right there. But he said something about, it's the first time we got together at a 5-star restaurant, and he said, what did he say? I would post some pics on the. He said, I always joke and tell him that if he slipped up, I would post some pics on Instagram and ruin his career. And he said, bro, you better not, because something like this probably be like bad for the, he don't want people to know that he even went to a 5-star restaurant as a little kid or whatever. But I mean, like, you know, people get a taste of the good life and they realize, you know, they gain their own potential when they see, like, there's another side that makes you want to go a little bit harder when kids are like,
yeah, but also I think some people are just got that spark. And some people just destined.
Plus, he African.
Yeah,
let's be real. Africans be hustling.
But some people have a calling, no matter like where they're from, no matter what their situation is. Because some people can come from straight out darkness and not see an ounce of light. Yeah, but they grow up to be like such a beautiful person.
Like Tupac said, the rose that grew out of the concrete.
Right. So some people, they're, you know, such a great person because they never saw it, or, you know, it was never reciprocated. So they're gonna spend their whole life just doing good. And I feel like Nipsey is one of those people where, even though he was coming from an area where it was no choice but to do bad stuff, and he did bad stuff. I mean, he got a track record. Yeah. He got locked up plenty of times. There's a reason why it was 3-year lapse between Slauson Boy and then Bullets Ain't Got No Name 1. It's a reason for that.
But it's hard to grow up in that environment and not get in trouble.
Right.
Especially when you need a little bit of money and you figure out there's a way to, you know, do it.
My nigga. I mean, but you know it's hard to make money just for this specific reason. It's hard for anybody in this country with just a bachelor's degree to get a job. Yeah. That pay you $40,000. Yeah. And so if you got people who just with a high school diploma or maybe just a GED, if that, applying for jobs, or even outside of like McDonald's or something like that, and you applying for jobs, like, you think you gonna get work? Yeah. Nah. So what else you gonna do? You gonna rob? You gonna steal? You gonna sell?
And then I don't know what Black Sam did to do it, but that story of Black Sam burying $250,000 in the backyard. Nip said he was only 18.
Yeah, Black Sam was 18 at the time. Yeah,
the hell was you doing to be burying $250,000?
Oh, that's not
in the backyard.
That's not, because if he's burying $250, that means
what else does he have?
Right, but it's another track. I forgot the name of it, and I think it's some Bullets Ain't Got a Name too, bro. But he said something where they sitting on the couch, and he said him and Black Sam physically counted out and put in a duffel bag $500,000. Wow. So
yeah, they had money.
Yeah, there was Black Sam was getting busy.
But I mean, at the same, like I said, like, you get that type of money, it's like, why are you gonna stop? Yeah, because what are you gonna go do? Yeah, you can't go from that lifestyle to just go get in a regular job, and then all of a sudden your mama's asking how we gonna pay the light bill this month. I'm gonna be like, you know what? Let me go right back out and do what I was doing before.
And then when it came to Nip and how everything that he did and his group did, with him and Black Sam, the more and more, you know, stuff that people learn about them too and their combination, or the more Nipsey talked about it. If you listen to Nipsey's interviews for a long time, again, like for the last 10 years, or even his music, he said himself, Black Sam is really the mastermind. Nipsey is just, again, was, you know, sort of like Tupac in a sense where he's the mouthpiece.
He's the little brother.
Right. He has the voice, he's vocal, he has the heart. He's the heart.
Even like the song Young Nigga, he said that was just me talking about my brother.
Yeah. Right, bro.
It wasn't him talking about his own life.
Right.
He was literally talking about somebody else's life.
Right.
But he's just the one that can word it to make it sound cool.
Right. Right. And that's why I say, bro, like...
Speaking of Black Sam, though, when Black Sam, there was a video of him jumping on the jet. And he said went from $100,000 loss, paid $1 million bail, and now we on the jet. What exactly was he talking about? Because I think a lot of people thought it was something recently happened, and I honestly just thought he was talking about something from the past. But you remember that video?
Talking about when they got hopped on the Puma jet?
On the Puma jet.
Talking about what he said, talk to the people, he said $100,000 loss. He said, no, he said $1 million loss. Nah, $100,000, $1 million bail.
Yeah.
Because, you got to pay the 10%. But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that's from this situation stemming from
him which was
a
little bit a while ago.
It was about 2 years ago.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So when they had the jet, it was a lot more recent. I think people had thought he had just bailed out recently, and I was like, no, I think
he just got out.
Oh, he was
just getting out.
Oh, okay, got it.
He was just getting out.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why people. That's why it was such a big moment because it was.
No, you're right. Okay, now I'm remembering.
Right, and it's a reason why you don't see it. It's a reason you don't see him in a lot of videos.
Yeah.
That's the reason you'll see him in a lot of stuff. It's because he really
was locked up.
Yeah, and Black Sam like being low key anyway.
He stayed low key, yeah.
Stay low key. He used to always tell Nipsey, stay inside, like when he was at the store. Don't be hanging out in the parking lot. So.
But yeah, so, man, we was talking about this before we went off track. But one thing, when he died, I low-key wish I didn't see them videos.
Yeah, bro.
But I think I fell into them without even knowing what the result was going to be.
Yeah.
Because when it first happened... At first, people was like, he got shot. First thing I thought was, is it a drive-by? Because like you said before, like, who gonna just walk up to him?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I figured if I don't see not one tweet mention drive-by, then it's not a drive-by. Right. Because somebody would have at least spread some sort of a rumor, like, it was a drive-by.
Yeah.
So I never heard that. And I didn't hear anybody saying, like, anything positive, like, they didn't shoot Nip. Usually when a rumor start, you're going to see both sides.
Yeah.
Somebody going to say something happened, and somebody going to say, no, that didn't happen. I'm there, or my mama worked there. Something like that. Everything was just all negative.
Yeah.
So I'm there on Twitter trying to figure out, like, what's going on. Hashtag Nipsey Hussle. My coworker then was like, oh, I found a video. And she showed me the video. Well, first I saw the video of them carrying somebody out on a stretcher, which was like from far away from across the street, but you couldn't tell who it was.
Yeah.
And I just thought like he looked tall, but I'm like, I don't know who the other two people are.
Yeah.
Then when they showed him on the ground, they was doing CPR. I still can't see his face.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm just thinking like, damn, is that Nipsey? Because I'm looking at the length.
Yeah.
He's skinny. And then they kind of like lift him up. And when they lifted him up, he just looked still. And I was like, this shit does not look good at all. Like,
yeah, man.
when they said somebody died, I was like, I know this ain't. I just knew it wasn't Nipsey. I just figured this ain't Nipsey.
Ah, man.
Because
I knew.
I was thinking too.
I knew.
I was like, they're not saying Nipsey's name yet. So I just kept on.
That's how I knew.
Hashtag Nipsey. Hashtag Nipsey. And I get on the freeway and I do hashtag Nipsey. I'm driving. I'm reading my phone. I didn't care. And I'm like, still nothing. And then I'm on the freeway for like 45 seconds. I click it again. Boom. Yeah, Nipsey Hussle died.
Right.
And I'm like, what?
The first video I saw was somebody, putting their hand, on their head with the shirt. Mm-hmm. And then, you can see the color of the shorts.
The red ones, yeah.
And then I saw the picture of that he took with the little girl.
The kid, yeah. And then that's when I realized.
And then I was like, and so that was the first video I saw was the head. I mean, and then the first thing in my head that popped up. So, of course, when I heard Nipsey got shot, the first thing I thought was, that can't be good, because if Nipsey got shot, that means whoever was around him allowed him to get shot. That was my first thought. So, I just thought somebody allowed him to get shot, and a lot of shots were fired, or somebody close to him shot him.
And they said from the get-go, like, he had been shot 6 times.
Right.
And I thought that was such a high number. I was like, this is an exaggeration. Like, there's no way he actually...
Yeah. So that's why I said my first thought was either, you know, it was a lot of shots and a bunch of people got shot. And it's not going to be bad.
People,
or number 2, it was bad because it was done by somebody close to him and he didn't think it was going to shoot him. And then, you know, like you said, I saw the video of somebody putting their hand down, and then I saw the picture. So when I saw the dude putting their hand in the shirt over the head, I automatically thought the worst because that's a headshot, bro. And in that picture, I was like, okay, so that's Nipsey. So now I can't question it. And then the next picture I saw was them doing the CPR video. And when I saw that video, I said, bro, that's done.
Yeah.
Like,
and on top of everything, he was there for too long. If it was just like a simple wound, they would have been like, let's hurry up and get him to the hospital. Yeah. And work on him.
But we don't know from
it feel like they was there for a minute.
Because because when they first get there, because my brother's a hospital corpsman in the Navy. So one of the things he told me, he said the first thing you have to do first is to try to stop any, like if he was shot in the chest, you got to first try to figure out if the bullet came out, because you need to patch any holes to make sure no air can come out, because you don't want the lung to collapse and certain stuff. So that's why they're doing.
But that's what I'm thinking. If you're there for so long, that means it's not good.
I mean,
if it's something simple, it just seemed like, all right. Like if you're there, like, oh man, they shot me, and you talking, and be like, all right, let's get you in the truck. Yeah. But if we in panic mode and we really trying to like take his shirt off, like where's he shot at?
I mean, but then you gotta also remember it's hard to probably for like paramedics and stuff to get to that area. Yeah. And to get through that traffic, it's probably hard to get through all that to get there.
And I don't know how long it took them. All I know is Black Sam did say he got there before them, like a little bit before they got there.
I read the interview that they did, and when he got there, said Nipsey was still breathing out his nose hard. Yeah. And all that stuff. And Black Sam was on the phone with them doing CPR.
Yeah. And although they never declared him dead until
35 minutes later.
No. They went back. I think they never technically declared him dead until he got to the hospital.
Yeah, it was. They said from the time he got shot, I think it was like they clarified it at 3:20, and then 35 minutes later is when they technically he
died, but they never officially said he died. But 3:55 was when they were like, that was the time he officially died.
Yeah, I mean, but of course, again, looking at the picture, bro,
he got shot at 3:20.
Right. I mean, looking at the video, bro, he didn't last 35 minutes. He didn't. Yeah. But what they probably did, they knew who it was. So once he gets there, they probably did as much as they could to resuscitate him in any type of way that they could. Yeah. And then once they realized, not coming back, then you just gotta go ahead and do it.
Yeah. When I saw those videos, at first I was like, damn, like I wish I didn't even see that.
Yeah, that's how I felt, bro.
But then when they I was so mad the next day. So I first I see they got this dude's picture on the internet, the killer. And I'm still like it could have just be anybody. Like I'm thinking, is this him or not? And then I'm starting to hear like more and more. Because once again, I was like trying to look for the other side of rumors. Yeah. Because there was witnesses there. So I'm thinking, is anybody going to come out and say, no, that wasn't him? Or no, we saw a different looking guy. But I didn't hear none of that. So I'm starting to think like, shit, this probably really is the killer. And then I'm starting to hear think all types of stuff, people looking for him in the streets. Yeah. Next thing you know, TMZ got the video of somebody walking up to the scene.
TMZ the feds, bro.
Yo, TMZ is on it quick. I don't know who they got as a representative that was just going to the scenes and offering everybody money.
Yeah, but them niggas on point. They get every fucking thing and they snitch too goddamn much.
And they they're paying like a decent amount where the people just give it up immediately, and no other website gets it first. Bro, TMZ gets it first.
Yeah, they the feds.
But check this out. When I see the video, the first video I see is just him kind of walking up to the scene, and then you kind of see like Nipsey fall. And I'm like, okay. Like I can't really see a gunshot. I can't really see him pointing a gun. It's kind of far away, but you definitely see there's a commotion going on. Yeah. But then there's like a second video where it's like a lot closer, and you see, and it's a little bit longer where he shoots him, he runs back, he comes back, shoots him again. I watched that video at first out of like anger, like I want to see what happened.
Yeah.
But after I watched it, I wish I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
Like I really.
Me either, because like they said,
I haven't seen it since.
Like that one quote that like everybody keep posting, me posted the other day. And I may be saying it wrong, but basically when they take your kings or they kill your king, and basically cut their heads off. Mm-hmm. You know, a king is never just gonna die peacefully. Mm-hmm. If somebody else gonna come to overtake him or get rid of him or whatever the case, they're gonna dismantle them in front of their followers. Mm-hmm. You know, so seeing that video, bro, it really hurt because this is somebody again, you know, that a lot of people looked up to. Mm-hmm. A lot of people got their motivation from, or he inspired them to be motivated.
He was just getting started.
Right.
Just getting started.
And so to see that happen, you know, it took the wind out of a lot of people, and took the hope out of a lot of people. And
it's gonna happen the day before April Fools. People really like,
right?
It's gotta be a joke.
And the day before he's supposed to meet with the LAPD,
yeah,
like, you know, and all of it is, and that's and to me, bro, and that's why I wish that they didn't post that dang. It's bad enough that they posted a picture of them doing the CPR. It's bad enough that they posted the video of
even just his body on the stretcher. Like, he got his whole face in the video, super close up.
Yeah, like all of it, bro. Like all of those videos is, and it's not just him, bro. And I guess certain people gonna be sensitive to it because now it's him. I maybe be more sensitive to it now because it's him. But I feel like in this day and age, because of technology and social media, like, it's no more fucking privacy, bro. Like, somebody can't even die in peace.
And then even
like
the local news,
like, do you hear how gruesome that sounds? Like, you can't even die in peace, my nigga. Yeah. Like, somebody gotta film you dying.
The local news posted a close-up shot of him on the stretcher being put into the truck.
Yeah, into the fire truck or whatever it was.
Dead already.
Yeah, you can see it, bro.
Nothing was blurred.
Yeah,
at all.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
I'm there watching. Like, that's his face.
Yeah.
Like, can we like blur out a body?
Yeah.
Like, I know there's not blood in the shot. Right. But look, we got his whole body just laid still as fuck. Yeah. On the stretcher, putting him in the ambulance.
They don't
and
care.
This is the local. This is not YouTube.
They don't care.
This is not even them saying
they don't
the
care, bro.
video you're about to see is a graphic. None of that. They just straight up showed it. Yeah. And I was like, damn. Like,
and that, again, bro, and that's the thing that, and again, so many people have so many questions. So many, and it's hard to tell people you can't feel a certain way. The one thing I will say is the people whose feelings and thoughts are the most important, and the only ones that are important are his family and his kids, and Lauren London. And the people close to him, because whatever they feel and think is the only thing that matters. But y'all have fans or believers and people who love conspiracies and everything else gonna have.
This shit's so stupid.
10 different. I mean, it can be, but you gotta also remember when a lot of big, predominantly black people in the music industry or certain industries start to get outspoken, start to do certain things, or starting to hit a next level or try to help their people come up. A lot of them get clipped, bro.
Yeah. No, and I get that. But there was a point where it was like literally April 1st, and people were talking more about, I felt like, Dr. Semi than Nipsey. Like, they was really like trying to say, okay, who he is, what he does. Yeah. Bringing up old clips of Lisa Left Eye Lopez talking about him. Yeah. And I'm like, let's still talk about Nipsey. Like, we're talking about a whole nother individual now. Yeah. Just based off of a theory. Let's bring it back to Nipsey. You know what I mean? Then they were painting murals of Semi holding Nipsey. But to me, but that's just a theory.
Yeah. And that, to me, and that theory is the one far-fetched, because there's been plenty of people who did documentaries about what Dr. Sebi is talking about.
Sebi, I said Semi. Yeah,
there's plenty of people who still practice what he do, and nobody came to knock them off. Now, I will say,
and Nipsey's done, I think, more stuff to get knocked off than just the Dr. Sebi.
Oh yeah. I'm about to go there, but what I will say is, but there is proof. I don't want to say proof because it's going to be hard for you to legitimately prove it in court and back this information up. Okay. But go and do some Google search about these doctors like Dr. Sebi who practice their own type of practices in medicine and herbal medicines and all the other type of stuff.
And cure people.
Yeah, or
crazy.
claim to cure people and see how many of them have died or been mysteriously killed or murdered or suicide in some way, shape, or form. Like it's strange as hell. But you know, you take from that what you will, but it is kind of strange.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Yeah, but like you said, Nipsey has been doing. To me, I think if there is a conspiracy that somebody wanted to have a reason to knock Nipsey off, and sorry, I have no gang affiliation. I don't want no smoking, no beef. But I would feel like a person would come from one, and I'm not ranking this, somebody high up in his own gang that wasn't liking what he was doing or feeling like they wasn't getting a certain type of percentage or something. That's a thought. Number two, I can see from aside from somebody dealing with the LAPD, and you got these special interest groups who pay jails and stuff to hoard black people bodies in these jails and these beds to make money because, like Nipsey said before in one of his songs, this is not it's not smart shit. Some shit they got prisons on the stock market, but again, basically, it pays to have bodies in his jail.
Yeah.
So if Nipsey want to come on Monday, April 1st, and sit down and talk with the LAPD about ending gang violence in LA, which probably has one of the highest population of black people and people of colors for gang situations locked up in jails, especially with the 3 strikes. Thank you, stupid Clinton. So there are a lot of people who don't want that to happen, gang violence to end, because that stops a lot of people's money.
Stops money.
So that's theory number 2. And then theory number 3 is there's a lot of people in the real estate market or the real estate business who probably see Nipsey as a threat. If you buying the strip mall right here on the corner of Crenshaw and Slauson, let's say you and your people get smart and start buying up the rest of Slauson all the way down and Crenshaw all the way up and down, and then y'all start all these black businesses being owned. That's gonna be a fucking problem for a whole lot of people because down Crenshaw and Slauson is nothing but niggas everywhere.
Yeah.
But who own that shit? Not black people. You know, so that's a threat. And again, Nipsey knew the situation with the zoning and how that's a tax benefit. So you can't have a smart nigga who leveling up, intelligent enough, and has the bravado to be able to communicate with his people and pass this game along, coming by his own strip mall, teaching his people to get their own shit with no handouts. Now they coming by a strip mall. Now you got former gang members owning strip malls all down LA every goddamn where.
Yeah.
So to me, those are the 3 I would look at.
Yeah.
Somebody in his own gang pissed off for some reason, high up, LAPD somewhere, or somebody in the real estate who don't want him getting into some money.
Now, with all those conspiracies, though, do you believe, and this is what I believe, that it's him, but do you believe Eric Holder is the shooter? There's theory, and I believe that too. But there's theory, because I've seen some really dumb shit. So he had, like, when he got arrested, he had a low haircut, and then they go and get, like, a screen image of a video, his hair look a little longer.
That's cool.
I'm like, my hair, if I cut my hair that low, yes, and like the screen images, like it looks super dark, but then if you watch back the video, it's not really.
I'll tell you one thing, bro.
Thick.
Like I can get a haircut on Saturday. By Tuesday, it look like it's almost time for another haircut.
Yes,
because my hair, like my shadow, like my beard and stuff, my mustache, like that shit grows in fast. So I can look like a totally different person 3 days later or 2 days later.
Totally agree with you.
But if everybody around us say they know who it is, bro,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I feel like nobody. It's nothing else for nobody else to say.
Anybody that I hear, that couldn't be the shooter, wasn't there. There's enough people that like Nipsey, love Nipsey, that was in that parking lot. At least one of them by this point would have said that wasn't him. Yeah, like at least somebody. And then on top of everything, we've only seen the video footage that was filmed from across the street.
Yeah, from the gas station.
There must have been at least
Bro,
one other working video camera that was a little bit closer.
Oh, it does.
And I'm sure they have that.
But then Nipsey and them, well,
TMZ can't get that video. Cops got it probably on lockdown already.
Well, it depends because you got to understand, and when they've had prior situations over there with those other stores, the Marathon store, and I think the other store Nipsey owned over there is. Anytime cops try to get video from them, they won't give it to the cops, or they erase certain footage up until a certain point, and then they allow the cops to have that.
Okay.
So cops already know they're not getting that clear, uncut, or unmessed with footage from that store. So
some of them may not even be working, but
I don't think that because I think
out of all of them, somebody had a working camera.
All them cameras work, bro. Around that store because Nipsey ain't no fool. Out that store, bro, that business is legit. And they got some legit product out there.
But is he? I'm sure Nipsey's cameras work.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about like
all of them work. All of them work because you got to remember around there, bro. It's
even though people collect and rent, do they have their own cameras? Or the cameras owned by Nipsey?
I'm pretty sure it's whether it's their own store, whether it's they have their own cameras, or it's Nipsey and he watches and he has cameras for everything. It's cameras out there.
But I feel you
because
then again, too, you looking at the neighborhood. Even if I have a barbershop, if I'm gonna put it in the hood,
you're gonna have cameras.
I'm gonna do is make sure that I got
But that's
cameras.
the thing, and they know that because they need to protect themselves or see who do what. And again,
but I think
the day it happened, everybody said from that area. And again, people from one of the things that I had to realize too, even being out here in California, I'm not from out here in Cali. I'm from Virginia, but from being out here, I have learned a lot, and I do know some people from those areas. I went to school with a girl at A&T, who family is. Who has family members in one of those gangs. So when stuff was going down, she was sending us texts in one of our group chats about this what happened and blah, 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 and why. And blah, blah. I was like, how the fuck you get... That shit ain't posted nowhere. Social media yet. And slowly but surely, that same information she was hitting everybody up saying was coming out.
Yeah, it was coming out.
So, you know.
But I feel... I know there's two different type of dudes that usually... run with gangs when it comes like releasing information. There's gonna be the one dude, no matter what, even if he shot his mama, he ain't saying nothing.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like, you figure it out. This is your job. You figure it out. If you couldn't figure it out, then y'all failed.
Yeah.
And then there's gonna be the other dude that's gonna be like, well, if it comes down to it, if you need the foot, and this is what's gonna stop this dude from getting out for free, scotch free, then I'm gonna release it.
Yeah.
But there are people out there that will be like, this is your job. I'm not gonna release nothing. I'm not gonna snitch on nobody, and you figure it out. And I honestly hope if it comes down to Eric Holder, them saying, just release the tape and we can just put him away immediately. I hope they don't say, you know what, if you couldn't figure it out without the tape, then just let him go. I hope it don't come to that. I hope somebody really do be like, you know what, let's at least, if we got the proof, what I mean?
But then that goes sort of back to what Nip's mom was saying about accepting him passing away. It's like, is that us being selfish and one evidence and another view of the shooting to us finally see his full face and indication to say, hey, now we actually can see his face, 100% that's him. And we want the justice system to do, to officially sentence him. And now we'll feel okay with him being justified in his sentencing for killing Nipsey.
At the same time, too.
That's sort of us being selfish from his mom's point of view.
Yeah.
When in reality, this is how I'm looking at it. He gonna get his one way or the other fucking other. And whether he get his ass whooped in jail, the only thing I don't want to happen, and the only thing I'm being selfish about, is I want him to be a coward and take his own life.
Yes.
I want either him to get murked in jail, or let's say some wild shit hit the fan.
I thought he was gonna commit suicide before they even found him.
No,
honestly.
But this is why, and I'm about to go in that part next. But I don't want him to commit suicide. Two things I think could possibly happen: him getting murked in jail, getting killed, rightfully so.
Which they got him in solitary confinement right now.
Yeah, for the time being.
Yeah.
But from the other side, I can see the point. not him getting out. But no, I can see him possibly getting out on the situation of him pleading insanity or whatever the case may be. Now, the percentage I think that's happening is I'll say maybe a 5% out of 100. But I can see, all right, let's say that does happen to him getting out. First day he get out, he getting killed. That's the only way I can see it. But outside of that, I'm not going into it saying this is what I think will happen. This is what I hope will happen. Because you don't know how this shit play out. And we just gonna let this shit rock. Because for some reason, I feel like the LAPD is not being 100% truthful with a lot of shit. It's just something off about them.
Well, it always has.
It's you're right. It's always been. Yeah. But especially y'all hitting up and going after and locking up the nigga who got shot too. Like, I understand, like, his probation rules are to not to be around gang members. I get that. But the nigga was just driving, going to see somebody who had just passed away, going to see somebody's family who just who had a family member pass away. Saw Nipsey outside, stopped by.
Well, real quick, in case people don't realize what had happened. So basically the dude that Nipsey was going to give clothes to has been arrested because he was on probation after being locked up for 20 years?
Yep.
He's now age 56.
Yeah. Now let's keep it a buck. He was locked up for murder.
Yeah.
All right. For 20.
And Nipsey was only 13 when Nipsey probably like last seen him.
Yeah.
But basically, when you're coming out on probation, you can't be affiliated with any sort of like crime, gang related whatsoever. That's basically the same thing Meek Mill's been talking about. You put me on probation for 10 years and I gotta be like super duper clean. You do one little mistake, you go right back.
Yeah.
So basically they locking up the dude that Nipsey went to go buy some clothes for and give a haircut to, for getting shot, basically. Yeah. Even though last time he saw Nip was when Nip was 13. Was Nip even a known gangbanger at that age?
I'm pretty sure he probably was.
But I mean, come on, we talking about I met up with a famous celebrity. Last time I saw him was when he was only 13. He was in middle school.
Yeah, but and this is just because he in jail don't mean he don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
so he know who Nip is and what's going on in the streets.
I honestly hope that the cops only arrested him just because of a technicality, but they're just release him. I mean, if the judge
they arrested that man more than likely because he not cooperating.
I know. Yeah, that's true too.
That's more than likely why, bro.
And I was wondering too if that was the same one that refused help when he got to the hospital.
Nah, I think no, it's the other
one. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the other one, and the one that's not his first time getting shot either.
Which one?
The one who refused treatment.
Oh, okay.
He got shot like in 96 or something like that too, at something else, or he was involved in the shooting. I read, but it was some whole, totally different though.
Yeah, but yeah, man, that's some shady business.
Yeah, bro. Like it don't. None of it makes sense. And some shit is not meant to make sense, bro. It's just not.
And then you had then we had the funeral, which did you try to get tickets to?
Yeah, man, this shit pissed me off, bro.
Man,
I had like
there from like 9:30.
Yeah, bro. I opened up the tabs at like 9:05. I had like 5 tabs open.
I had my phone and I had a few of them tabs open too.
And then at 10 o'clock,
and it went. Did you do it on a computer?
Yeah.
Okay.
And my phone.
So I first did it on the computer. And did you see a video, like an ad for Celine Dion pop up?
It was, yeah.
So at first I thought, okay, once this ad pop up, I'm about to get in here early.
Bro, some popped up.
Celine Dion video finishes, start right back. And I was like, what is this?
Yeah, it did that. And then you redid the shit again. And then it asked for the little stupid little shit. I was like, huh? I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what code is it asking about? I was like, that's all right. Then
that's what I did too. At first I got confused about the promo code. I forgot.
Yeah.
They said to put in a zip code.
So I was like, all right. I said promo code. I said, all right, zip code. Then put a zip code, bro. I kid you not. All my tabs refreshed at 10 o'clock by themselves. And then one by one, each tab, while I was putting the zip code in, going to the next one. Boom. Try to get 1 ticket on one, 2 on the next, 3 on the next, 4 on the next. They all came back and said the same shit.
Yeah. And I kept doing it thinking like,
I was like,
maybe it's like a hold and I'm going to just keep doing it to whatever.
Yeah, bro. It didn't go like that.
And they said it was sold out within 20 minutes.
Nah, that shit was sold out within 2 minutes.
But I honestly feel as if, cause first of all, they said Staples Center hold 21,000.
Yeah. Somebody was holding tickets already.
No. How many of those tickets were set aside for family and friends? Because there was a lot of people there, and I know people didn't show up.
That couldn't have been more than 1,000 people, family and friends like close to him that they reserved. So I'm not going over 1,000 for that. I'm not.
No, but I'm thinking too. Like I'm seeing like childhood friends that were like crying for him.
Yeah.
I'm not over 1,000.
I'm still not going over 1,000.
You're not going over 1,000.
Still not going. All right. So let's.
Beyonce probably had a bodyguard there.
That's Beyonce.
That's one.
But check this.
There was JD, Ludacris, not Ludacris. Usher, Diddy.
All right, all those people ain't work with Nipsey. All them people Nipsey wasn't personally cool with. So to me, I'm still when you say reserved for family, I'm talking about.
Okay.
Now they had
you. So that's more than
right.
I'm adding them all up, saying over 1,000.
All right.
Saying a section of them.
Now we saying including the celebrities plus Nipsey's personal list of people. I'll probably say, just like you,
acquaintances.
I'm probably say I'm not going over 2,000, including his personal list of people, and then including celebrities like Jay-Z and all the people that came from out of town, like Davies, and blah blah blah, YG or whoever
LeBron,
that
is. Probably Baron Davis was probably there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna Russell Westbrook was there for sure.
I'm gonna say 2,000.
Yeah, there was quite a few of them.
But outside of that, bro,
P was there.
They lying about them tickets. Because again, if they got tickets, Master P and all these people, right? Russell Westbrook, they ain't get their tickets the same way other people try to get their tickets.
No.
Ain't no fucking way.
And everybody, the way like Hollywood usually works is you always set a certain amount of seats available just in case somebody brings somebody. They don't want it to be so packed where they really counting heads. If they say, Master P, are you gonna come? And he says, I'm not gonna bring my wife. And then last minute, he shows up with his wife. They're not going to say your wife can't come in. They're going to be like, all right, bring her in. That's how it just usually works. They just like, they
but I don't think they had a whole lot of like extra fluff tickets just for that case for his funeral. To me, I don't think they had no more than 2,000 of those tickets for celebrities and his close people. Outside of that, the other 19,000, I do think a lot were fans and people who had to buy tickets that were from the LA area.
And how many wasted tickets? Because you can select a max of 4. My ass, when I first logged on there, I wasn't trying to be selfish. I said 1 because I was like, I'm about to roll up there by myself. But you notice people that just did maxed out.
Yeah.
And then last minute, certain people was like, I can't make it because it was a Thursday.
People
got work.
Yeah.
So I know there was some people that got the 4 and maybe showed up with 2. And now that's just 2 extra people that just missed out.
Yeah. Those people wild too, bro. But
most people probably did the max 4 and then decided later who could come with them.
Yeah, but that's the thing, bro. Like I don't understand how it played out because again, those celebrities, I know they ain't go to the website to get that shit like everybody else.
So set them aside.
So that's the first fucking.
So there wasn't 21,000 available from the get-go.
Clearly,
maybe 19, but it wasn't 21 for sure.
And then outside of that, it just don't make sense, bro. A lot of this shit just don't make sense of how to.
Did it even look like 21,000 people lined up outside?
It's hard to say because I didn't see a lot of videos of the people standing outside and that shit too. But then also, camera angles can be a bitch. So.
Yeah.
But I do know it did look like that shit was packed with a lot of people in the funeral though. In the celebration, that shit was packed.
I have suspicions too of how many tickets were, or how tickets were handed out. Because I know people personally that I know like might be associated somehow. Know the people, but not even like, posting a bunch of pictures with Nip or with the crew.
Right.
But I know they got connections, and all them people with connections was there. And I was like, what type of connections do you have where you had like a guaranteed spot at Nipsey Hussle's funeral.
Right.
And that's what I was really thinking, like, yo, they set aside quite a few. So to make sure all the homies was getting in there for sure.
Yeah. They did, bro.
And then you had to type in your a zip code to prove you're a California resident.
Yeah.
So you telling me nobody remembers the zip code 90210? I could be from Alaska.
Yeah.
I type in 90210. I'm guaranteed to get tickets.
Yeah,
just
man.
from memorizing a California zip code.
Yeah, that shit was wild though.
Man. So wait, didn't you say your cousin went?
Yeah, bro. Cause I called my mom.
Man, where's your cousin live? California?
Nah, nigga. this nigga live in Virginia.
Oh man.
And the shit pissed me off.
He flew out here though?
I guess. I ain't talked to him.
Okay.
I haven't talked to him. But the funeral was on Thursday, right?
Yeah.
So on my way to work, I'm talking to my mom, and I had my marathon jacket on, and she said, "What is that you got on?" You know, so I told her.
Yeah.
And while I was wearing it, I said the funeral today, and then her shampoo girl, so my mama hairdresser, and she was like, "Your cousin flew out there yesterday for the funeral." I said, "What?"
Oh man!
She said, "Yeah, he was mentioning something. He got tickets to go to Nipsey's funeral." I said, "That's bullshit." I said, "You lying?" She said, "No, that's what he told me."
Because you get tickets from Tuesday.
I don't know what.
No. Tickets were online on Tuesday trying to get them.
I thought tickets went on sale on Wednesday, bro. Only on Wednesday.
No, it was on Tuesday.
I could have swore it was on Wednesday.
No, because my day off is Tuesday, and I know I was at home trying to get them.
Okay,
at 10 a.m. So if your cousin flew out Wednesday, it's probably because he already knew, guaranteed, he got the tickets from Tuesday.
Right. All right. Yeah. But she said he flew out on Wednesday. And then I told my mom. I said, I don't know how they go. I said because it's only supposed to be for California residents. and then she looked at me and covered them out. She said, "Oh." And then she said, "That's not right. You know, he shouldn't do that." I said, "Yeah." I said, "Because somebody like me." I said, "I'm pissed." I said, "I wanted to go." I said, and I told her, a lot about him. She said, "Oh, he sounds like, like a great person." I said, "He is." I said, there's people out here that if they find out there's people here, coming that's from out of state or trying to sell some stuff. I said, people gonna be hot. Somebody might try to fight them. I said, and I ain't gonna be able to. I ain't gonna protect him on this one. Cause I'm pissed at that nigga myself. All right, fuck out of here, my nigga.
You officially a California resident now. You have the zip code. You got an ID.
Straight, I sure do.
They should have straight up just had people show their ID at the front.
Yeah, and that's right. That's what you should have did. California, California residents. That's what I think they definitely should have did, bro. Is
make us
first come,
like
first
driver's
serve.
license number or something in there. I don't know, but yeah, man, I was definitely disappointed. I went straight to my work, straight up to my boss. I said, "Look here, if I'd gotten tickets to this funeral, I definitely wasn't going to be here today.
I was,
and I'm still mad that I'm actually came because I wanted to go to. At one point, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna go down and like park on the side of the street and like watch the." The stuff on the side of the street. Yeah. And then I was like, you know what? back to the same reason why I didn't originally even go to the marathon store. I was like, shit gonna get a little crazy out here.
Yeah. And shit always do.
Because I'm thinking too, I'm gonna get there early. I'm gonna get me a cool little spot. Maybe sit on top of my car. No. Like, dog, my car would have been fucked up. Like, I would have had to park far away and Uber to a location. Yeah. And, like, I don't even, like, let's be real. Like, the parts that he was going through was not necessarily, Beverly Hills. These is, like, some hood areas, too, coming down Crenshaw. I'm not going to be standing there from 8 a.m. for a good spot.
Oh, yeah. Nah,
and probably not even, and the funeral thing was still going on until, like, 4 o'clock in the afternoon?
Nah, nigga.
It was still driving through the streets?
Nah,
so, yeah, I was like...
They got done around 6-something, 6:30.
Yeah, see, there you go. So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna be
because they start the news channel cut the feed like going right into 7 o'clock, I think.
Yeah, see, so that wasn't, and then on top of everything, 3 people get shot, 1 dead.
Who?
You didn't know that?
But the thing is, that had nothing to do with Nipsey's.
It had nothing to do with Nipsey, but it happened at.
It wasn't necessarily at and during it. It was it was in a spot that they passed by, not exactly the exact route that they passed by, but they were in that area previously, location. Right? And it was in a location that they had already passed through, and it happened afterwards.
After it went through,
right?
But look,
now of course it probably was gang, but that's the area that they live in.
A person like me, like I said, I would have probably parked somewhere and either walked to or Uber to.
Yeah.
And you gotta eventually get back to your car once it's over. And that's why I'm not trying to go down there, because it's that type of area where people get shot and murked just like that.
But this is my thing. To me, and again, I guess because I told you, like, sometimes I feel comfortable in like uncomfortable situations. Again, bro, the shit that we used to do when I was in college, like we got busy. Like, we was in a lot of fights.
You should be thankful that you're still here.
Yeah. Oh, bro. Like me and the homies, like we have conversations now saying it's crazy that one of us haven't, passed away up until this point, because the shit that we used to do, bro, like it's wild. I'm not saying like we was out here like we won't like none of us no gang members, like we weren't out here running around shooting at niggas and shit like that. Then we've been in shootouts, and somebody I know shot somebody before and to protect one of the homies, but we were wilding. Yeah. But that's something. Sometimes you in situations where you gotta watch over your shoulder, and it's like when you pull up, you gotta look where you park. You gotta check for certain shit. Yeah. If some shit don't feel right, then you pull off. And then sometimes, like to me. Sometimes being in an area that's too quiet, I might feel weird, because it's like, all right, some shit gonna happen. some shit gonna happen soon. But just also in that area, to me, I would, on that day, just like you, if I do go in that area, I'm gonna go to a spot that they're gonna go past that I know it's not really gonna be any type of friction. I'm not gonna go to an area that's near Watts and shit. Or near the jungle, or near Grape Street and none of that shit. And fuck no, I'm not going over there to see Nipsey pass through here. No, nigga, I'm not.
Cause I was thinking too, if I go, I'm gonna try to go closer to Staples when they're leaving, or closer to the funeral home.
Yeah,
when they ended it.
Yeah, or the store,
But
because it was a lot of cops that were gonna be at the store, so I would have been. Halfway, I would have been okay.
The only thing I thought about the store was there's so many people. I see it.
Oh yeah, nah.
Because
I'm cool with that.
They had people trying to get on top of each other's shoulders. And there was a lot of people that straight up said, I can't even see it. I'm here, but I can't see it. So you would have to get there early.
Yeah, I would have been cool with that, bro.
And then did you see them push the barricade?
Yeah.
They had a barricade and they just straight put, I'm like, okay.
But yeah, I would have been cool with, doing that, like going to the store. But certain areas, fuck nah, that's just dumb.
Yeah. No, definitely. Like, I don't know what address they had posted. I don't know if it was like his childhood home. I think that was the area that was like in Watts.
Which one?
On the little map, they actually showed like an address for a house.
The East 1068 Street.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it was a house.
I looked it up on Google Maps. It looked like a house by like a train track.
Now, to me, it just looked like train tracks, because if you listen to a lot of shit that he rap about, he talk about take you up over the tracks, make you expose your age. I mean, sometimes make you expose your age, and then take you up over the tracks, make you explode a face. Now you got a soul to save. That's on a hustle to motivate.
But that's the area I'm not trying to go to.
Right. But that's the thing. Like when they post the route, and I saw that address. Yeah. And then when I looked in the area, I said, nah, nigga, because he rap about them tracks. So I'm not going to that spot. And but that's the thing. Again, if you were a big Nipsey fan, especially like the older Nipsey who really rapped about certain streets a lot, certain like
talking more gang activity.
Like you knew exactly where he was going and why they took his body through a certain area. Yeah. That's just where they got busy at and where he spent a lot of time at. Yeah. And it was, I forgot exactly which street it is, but it was, if you paid attention in one of his documentaries where they was in that little house where they showed their room where they used to sleep in, and the shit they used to write on the wall to keep them motivated and shit. But it's off one of them streets over there somewhere. So,
man, well, Nipsey resting easy now.
Yeah.
Man, R.I.P. Nipsey, man.
Forever, bro. Forever.
It's still unbelievable, especially when they put his picture on TV. He said 1985 to 2019. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, like y'all lying.
I remember met a dude from New York, and he just straight up told me, "Oh, we fuck with Nipsey on the East Coast." I said, "Word?" He said, He straight up said, "This y'all Jay-Z." That was his words, and that's when I was like, "Wow." It's when Victory Lap first dropped. He said, "This is like y'all Jay-Z," and he was like, "We fuck with Nipsey hard. Like we played Nipsey hard," and he kept trying to say like this is like Jay-Z when he was 33. Like he was like, this is like a young like dude doing everything on his own, independent. And I was like, really, I was just wowed because I understood what he was saying.
Right.
But just for somebody from the East Coast to even say somebody from a whole nother area was on the same level as, the greatest rapper of all time.
Yeah.
Like, Jay-Z. Especially for New York, I was like, "Wow!" Like, okay,
yeah, and that's the thing, and that's why when we started off this conversation about out here who one of the realest ones to do it, you gonna have to put Nipsey up there, bro.
Yeah,
if not number one.
I don't care if it's just one album based off of what he did.
Yeah,
for the community alone, because one thing I realized too since he's died, everyone is saying about all these things he does, and then I'm like, hold on. And he made music too,
right?
Like we forgot to even mention like how talented he was.
Yeah, and that's why I say, to me, when it's people coming out here saying that they didn't know who he was and they just now coming on, I'm cool with it because it's like a lot of them learning about him through something, not even dealing with his music. So now if you come back and listen to his music, yeah, you're gonna hear some shit where he talking about his RSC homies and his gang banging and him used to shooting or doing what he did, or he might drop bitch here and say some shit about fucking girls. But mostly what he talks about is motivating his people and you being a self-made ownership business owner in your own shit, no matter what the fuck you're doing, and cutting out the middleman, basically saying you don't need help to do what you want to do. So
big facts.
I think there's a powerful message for a bunch of people. So it's gonna be people that don't even like Nipsey or even like rap music who gonna gravitate to Nipsey. Yeah, just because of what he did. Yeah, and that's gonna keep getting him money. So I'm cool with it because
my mom is a fan now.
I keep telling people, bro, like you want to support Nipsey, cool. Yeah, you can stream his music. Buy that shit. Like, buy the album. And if you really want to support him, yeah, you can buy the album off Tidal or wherever the case may be for $12.99, $9.99, $10.99. But if you really want to call yourself a fan and be true to Nipsey and the message and about getting it out the mud, you'll go to the marathonstore.com and you'll go to the music tab in that section and you'll buy the Victory Lap album straight off the website for $19.99. Yeah, that's more money back into his pocket, and you can buy the mixtapes for $20 on the website. Yeah, so get the mixtapes.
Yeah, and anybody that has seen heard about like the pricing of the clothes, because I heard some people like get mad at like the price of like they'll like repost of All Money In hat that costs $200 for a hat. Yeah. Okay,
what this is, it makes sense.
No, but it don't make sense to argue over the price because how bad do you want that specific hat? Because he got beanies for $25. Yeah. He has regular hats for $30. The same price that you would pay for any other hat at any other store. But it's just certain ones.
But that's why I say it makes, to me, I don't argue. I don't care about none of Nipsey prices on his website because it's reasonable to me. They the perfect prices because one, he can charge more, but he's not, and the price that he's charging, you'll buy the same shit from somebody else. Exactly. That'll be 100% the markup, and you won't fucking blink an eye. Yeah. And again, I'm not gonna argue about that type of shit because when it comes to the All Money In, again, All Money In records is. To me, I think and again, I'm not showing this on how this is made up. Yeah. But I know he has that set up with his homies. So when it comes to anything with the All Money In logo or label on it,
They splitting it.
That's why I think those are higher priced because again, like you said, a regular hat $500. The All Money In shirt costs more than the Crenshaw shirt or the Marathon shirt.
Yeah.
Something on there costs $1,000. There's a hat that costs a blah blah blah. And I'm not gonna knock it.
Plus, I think he did it too, where it's just like if you're really a fan, because I don't think he wanted the streets flooded with it like how people rock the Rock Nation cap.
Right.
Like if you got the All Money, if he saw you with an All Money In,
he know you're a big spender.
He would be like, hey, all right, I see you.
Yeah, you real, you really real. Yeah, that's how I look at that.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna knock it. Again, it's just like anything else. You see the bonds come out. Either you want to get some shoes that's already on the shelf that you like, that's probably 100, 120, or you gonna save up and get these, that's 220, 250, and they still the same thing.
Nike has T-shirts that cost $15, and they got T-shirts that cost $60.
Yep.
Like
made in the same warehouse.
They're in the exact same material, but it's just what do you want?
Yep.
And it's fashion, so you just gotta deal with it. Basically.
Man. That's how I go, man.
But man, we may have to do another episode on Nipsey, man. There's a lot to talk about. I think we've been talking for a minute already, and I don't even feel like we touched on a lot of stuff. We can be touching on like the quality of the music, where we ranked Victory Lap as one of the best albums of the decade. Definitely want to get some people back on the show, talk about like how the experience was when they were at the funeral, because I know a few people that was there and they definitely want to be on the show. So Derek, if you up to it, we might have to do another episode.
Oh yeah, I'm always ready to talk about my homie Nip, bro.
Man, we're gonna have to sign off for live from Suite 303. This was actually episode 8. I should just say it's episode 6, but it really was 8. But yeah, we're going to be out of here. You're going to catch us real soon. We haven't been on here in a minute.
Yeah.
But 2019 is actually the first one for 2019. We've been slacking. Folks been busy. Derek been grinding.
Yeah, man.
All his life. You wanted to slice. He had to roll the dice. And you got to pay the price if you got to sacrifice. So anyways, we out of this joint. Live from Suite 303. We're going to hit y'all real soon. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. Make sure you follow us on SoundCloud. Subscribe on YouTube. But anyways, we out.
Hey, right songs from my doors, from my squad, from my heart. How we won, how we lost, how we came, how we saw, through it all, ashen backs, out the roof, foreign cars, in pursuit, by the law, still we reach, for the stars, oh my God, so high up, I'm so far, deja vu, I've been here before, say come back down to earth. Resist the urge, still no breaks. On this court, live or die, either or. Go for broke, hustle hard, need it all. On the floor, go for broke, hustle hard, need it all. On the floor, need it all. On the floor. West side of floss and grind and make $1 million. We them hungry niggas in between the buildings.